Guys, I'm going to be asking this IQ test question, right? It's a very tricky one. A plane crashes between the borders of the US and Canada. Where do they bury the survivors? Now I'm asking you, where do they bury the survivors? Questions for you to ask. Let me hear in the comment section. Do this IQ test and a tongue twister before you leave.
Okay.
A plane crashes between the borders of the US and Canada. Where do they bury the survivors?
It's did what?
A plane crashes between the borders of the US and Canada. Where do they bury the survivors?
There cannot be a survivor because the plane crashed already. So everybody go come out.
So I'm saying, where do they bury the survivors?
They can't bury them survivor. It's only if they could see their ashes.
A plane crashes.
He reached to promote
A plane crashes.
between the borders of the US and Canada. Where do they bury the survivors?
I don't know.
Where do they bury the survivor? They will, okay, actually, a plane crash, definitely, they may not be able to identify the survivors, like the bodies. So, I don't know, they will just have to pack their remaining, do a mass.
Olukoni.
You know, Sani.
Actually, I don't really know it, so don't let me just.
Okay.
Where should they bury the survivors? Is it in between the country, yeah? Where the plane crashes?
Where they belong to? Where they hail from?
Where do they belong to?
Their homeland? I don't know.
Okay. Where should they bury the survivors?
Wow. These questions are kind of hard.
But they're actually tricky questions that you can't think
Yes.
about.
I don't know. Sorry.
Plane crash. Gbogbo èèyàn survive. Ẹnibo ni wọ́n sin àwọn survivors. Ẹ fẹ́ mọ̀ ẹ́? Question dey béèrè lọ́wọ́ mi. Ẹ fẹ́ káwọn ọmọ mi náà dààmú àwọn ọmọ yín?
No.
Kí ló dé ẹ fẹ́ mọ̀ dààmú bàbá òun bàbá?
It's like, that's why I say it's a tricky question. You have to like be very smart about it. You have to think
Why
back.
are you tricking me? In this situation, everybody is angry.
No, so like today we're here to celebrate, so we have to be happy at all costs, even if you can't
I'm
find it.
not grieve for anybody. I'm not ready to grieve for anybody.
Please grieve.
But this is survivor in my house. And let's leave.
Oh no, I give up.
Survivors. I'll share that they bury people who survive.
You're so smart. High five.
Smartphone.
No, I'm not joking. No, this is like second person that got it today.
Yeah. Oh, so me, Wala mi o mama get it. Tiba tuwa mama ko, ma get it.
Okay, so very well. Do these tongue twisters quickly, right? Can it can to make it bigger than it can.
Ẹ sọ pé
Can it can to make it bigger than it can.
can to make it bigger than it can. Can to make it bigger than it can. Can to make it bigger than it can. Can to make it bigger than it can. Can to make it bigger than it can. Can to make it bigger than it can.
Can it to make it bigger than it can? Be clear, so.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Can it to make it bigger than it can? Can it? Is it can?
Can. It can.
Okay. To make it bigger than it can. What's it on? Can it to make it bigger than it can? Can it to make it bigger than it can? Can it to make it bigger than it can? Can it to make it bigger than it can? Can it to make it bigger than it can? Emma
You did that. Come on. High five.
Can to make it bigger than it can? Can to make it bigger than it can? Can to make it bigger than it can? Can to make it bigger than it
All
can?
right, so you did very good. That's amazing.
Can it can. Alágbára èdè àwọn tọ̀run kọ́ là ń ṣe ẹja fílẹ̀ bí mo ṣe rọra ṣe yẹn can it can't to make it bigger than it can 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 láíláí má gbé kúrò can make it bigger than it can make it a máa sọ́ di ìṣọ́jí ni
Let it be. Thank you.
Can't. Sorry.
No, yeah. Sorry, what? Okay, so you signed up for this. You can't say no.
Really?
Yes.
Ahmad, this is bad though.
Let's do it.
Can a can't bigger than it can't?
You have to say it very fast.
No, I just want to know if I'm right.
Yes.
Can a can't bigger than it can't? 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 Can a can't
Can a can't me out.
I love that. I'm counting you out. All right, so
Oh, can it can to get it bigger than it can. Can it can to get it bigger than it can. Can it can to get it bigger than it can. Can it can to get it bigger than it can. Can it can to get it bigger than it can. Can it can to get it bigger than it can. Oh,
yeah, you messed it up.
A
But-
can cannot make it bigger like a can because I can't say it. And can you allow me to go? Because I can't stand it again. Allow me. You can't do it.
No. So that's a fail, right? You have failed on this one, and it's very sad to know that you have
So
failed.
I can and I can and I can and I can. I can.
Can a can to make it bigger than it can.
So you're going to say it 10 times, very fast.
Can a can to make it bigger than it can. Can a can to make it bigger than it can. Can a can make it ni badu. Mo ti rap. Kenani ni mo kan like Bíbélì. Can a can to make it bigger than it. Mo de le sọ tó bá lówó lọ́wọ́ wallahi I will say it 10 times.
Why are you like this, Ozain?
Oh yeah, let's go again 10 times. Can a can to make it bigger than it can. One. Can a can to make it bigger than it can. Can it,
All right, thank you.